Personal productivity tips, bite-sized learning in 10 minutes or less. Learn at your desk at a time convenient to you. Manage your time, reduce your stress, and be more productive. Brought to you by Tushar Vakil, coach, trainer, and personal productivity expert. Today's topic: how many times a day should you check your email? In this video, we'll try to answer the following questions. 1. How many times a day does an average person check his email? How many times a day should you ideally check your email? 3. What are the best times during the day to check your email? So let me ask you, how many times a day do you check your email? How many times a day should you check your email? These days, it is not unusual for people to get 50 or more emails per day. Some people get more than 200 emails a day. Just going through all your emails is sometimes a chore. In many surveys, most people respond by saying that they check their emails 5 to 10 times a day. However, most people underestimate the number of times they check their emails. They do it more often than they think they do it. Let me ask you this. Do you have your email alert turned on in Outlook or any other email program? It is the little pop-up that appears on the screen along with a sound to alert you every time you receive a new email. You glance at the pop-up window to see who the email is from and quickly read the subject line of the message. Then it piques your curiosity. You automatically stop whatever you were working on and switch to your email program. Have you ever done that? Come on, be honest. We all have done it. Some of us do this several times a day. To get a real count on how many times a day people check their emails, software programs were installed on computers to check the email usage. The result? Many people check their emails up to 50 times a day. Why? It just becomes a habit and sometimes a compulsive habit. The other reason is that most people have a misunderstanding that checking email is work. Only 20% or less of the emails you get represent real work. The rest 80% usually includes pure junk, for your information and good to know emails, good to read but not essential emails, and some quick communication. Nowadays, email and also internet are accessible almost from anywhere through smartphones and tablet computers. In an article on CNN titled, "Do you obsessively check your smartphone?" Senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen reported that in a study, the average person checked their phones 34 times a day. Not necessarily because they needed to check it, but because it had become a habit or even a compulsion. So let me ask you, how many times a day should you really check your email? And when should you do it? Julie Morgenstern, author of Never Check Email in the Morning, suggests, of course, never to check email first thing in the morning. It is very easy to spend the hour going through your 50 or more new emails in the morning and feel like you have done a lot of work. But you get a false sense of accomplishment. Although checking emails is essential part of anyone's day, checking emails many times a day distracts you from your most important and highest priority items. The first hour of the day should ideally be spent on working on your highest priority tasks when your mind and body both are fresh. How many times a day should you check your email. You should check emails no more than 2 to 3 times a day. First, maybe around 11 a.m. After you have had a chance to spend a good chunk of your early morning prime time working on important things. Then maybe again post lunch around 2 p.m. And finally around 5 p.m. or an hour before you leave work, you should check your email again. In that case, if you receive any email requiring your prompt action, you will still have an hour's time to respond to it. That way, you will have the peace of mind of checking everything before you leave work, so that you can spend your time focusing on family or other activities and not to worry about work. Checking emails 2 to 3 times a day is more than enough for most people. However, for some people who interact with clients on a minute-to-minute basis, there may be an exception to this guideline. Still, instead of having your email alerts on constantly throughout the day, you should check emails more frequently. Maybe spend 5 minutes every hour checking and responding to your emails. So, turn off your email alerts either in Outlook or any other email program. Turn off any instant message alerts also. Get out of this bad habit that robs you of your time and wreaks havoc on your concentration. Then you can concentrate on your most important tasks uninterrupted and with utmost concentration. So, to summarize, most people check their emails too many times a day. You should only check your emails 2 to 3 times a day. And finally, focus your most important tasks first thing in the morning and not on checking your emails. In future sessions, we will learn about setting rules in Outlook in order to manage your inbox better. For more productivity tips, you may visit the website. This is Tushar Vakil. Thank you for tuning into this episode and wish you a very productive day.